self-discipline allows us to step out of our ego, if you will, to see what really matters, even if it does not include ourselves. There is such a thing as a small rock puffing his chest, right? To look like a big rock. And so we need to have the self-discipline to see that for what it is. On a day-to-day basis, we need to cover the essential first. Because what happens is that if you don't cover the essential first, the essentials, they remain essentials, right? And if you don't cover them, what happens is that you become ruled by the tyranny of the urgent. So the essentials don't go away, you know? They just become a screaming urgency. And then your life is ruled by what's the most urgent thing, right? But if you didn't have the self-discipline to place your big rocks first in your jar, and you went with the sand and the water and the little rocks, now they're settled at the bottom, and you only have some limited space to fit the bigger rocks. What's going to happen? You're going to start putting your big rocks in order of urgency, and what's the most screaming, pressing priority. But they're not all going to fit, right? And so, you know, something else. So now you've got like 4 out of your 6 rocks in the jar. Well, now if there's one of the 2 rocks that are left behind, it becomes like an emergency. So you need to take out an essential, put another essential. And then your life starts being ruled by essential things vying for screaming emergency status, right? And so as soon as one stops screaming, you take it out, you put another one, right? Like, and you're fitting your essentials like this, but they remain essential. So there's no way the one you just took out, that priority, that big rock that should have been in first, that you did not put in first, right? It remains an essential. It never changes. It remains a big rock, right? You take it out to put another one, you have to put it in at some point, right? And so if you don't have the self-discipline to put the big rocks first, then your life becomes ruled by screaming emergencies. And you can never address like the smaller rocks that you've put in first. Now, you know, you never get a chance to deal with smaller rocks and sand and water. You're just always dealing with screaming emergencies. The essentials in our lives as mothers also include the things that make us healthy, right? Taking care of our physical and our mental health are big rocks. They're really important. But when I'm talking about this, I'm not talking about taking an afternoon and going to a spa. That's kind of a luxury. There's a whole realm of essential things in terms of taking care of yourself as a person that are not fun, but you need to do every day. Because I'm telling you, there's some practices in terms of keeping your body and your mind healthy that if you don't do every day, or regularly at least, there's no amount of spa or shopping that will make up for that, right? Like an afternoon at the spa will never make up for all the sacrifices and all the effort you have to put into your vocation as a parent. This is where self-discipline comes in once again. Getting enough sleep, eating well, right? The example that I always use, like in my head, in terms of healthy life habit is that of the blizzard, right? So a blizzard, it goes in so easily. If you're not Canadian, a blizzard is a McFlurry, you know, but I think it has more calories. Basically, it's like a McFlurry on steroids. And it's made by Dairy Queen here in Canada. And so blizzards, they're a great treat. And of course, my favorite blizzard is the one that has the most calories. Of course, the Georgia Mud Fudge. You should check it out. It's right up there, the nutritional list. And so it goes down in 5 minutes and it packs in a day and a half worth of calories. It's awesome. And so once I went to jog, and I was doing a hill workout. Those were back in the days when I was healthy enough to jog, and I did a hill workout, and it was like a 10-kilometer hill workout. So it was a 1 kilometer, almost 1 kilometer long. No, it's 500 meters long hill that I did about 20 times anyway. And it was long. It was a 2-hour workout, and then I went back to Dairy Queen, and I treated myself to a medium blizzard, not a small one, a medium. And then I inputted in MyFitnessPal, the calorie counting app. I inputted the blizzard and the 10-kilometer, 2-hour long hill workout, and they came out flush. Like it was just like the blizzard that just annihilated 2 hours of work. The point here is that the unhealthy habit, eating the blizzard, are a lot more fun than the healthy ones, which is running for 2 hours uphill, right? Like there's no, and so the unhealthy habit are the gratifying ones often. If you're like me, right? If you're a person that does not find pleasure in pain, like, the unhealthy habit are the gratifying ones. And so self-discipline, right, is keeping it to a snack size blizzard when you really want a medium, or no blizzard. Or it can mean going to bed instead of watching another season of 24, right? This is where the self-discipline comes in terms of keeping you happy. If you don't go to bed early enough, you don't get enough sleep, if you don't get a good enough diet, there is no amount of treating yourself to this or that that's going to make up for that. So to keep up with your family and be healthy and be happy and keep your mind in the right place, you need the self-discipline to choose the healthy habit day after day after day, right? So to me, because I have an autoimmune condition, I have to keep to a very strict, very annoying diet, right? And I usually cheat, and I usually pay for it, right? And so I'm getting healthier, but it's slow because I'm not as strict as I should be. I don't have the self-discipline. And so recently my 4-year-old son broke his leg, and I have to carry him everywhere, right? To the toilet, to the bed, and he's getting really bored. And so I have to carry him inside, outside, change couch, go to the bed, go back to the couch. So in the first week of him having a broken leg, I hurt my lower back carrying him around. He's 4. I'm not physically healthy enough to care for my 4-year-old. So, this is a kind of a wake-up call that in order to keep up with my family and have the physical health to pursue the things that make me happy, then I have to be in one piece, right? And I have to be able to carry my son without, without needing bed rest after that, right? And so in order to keep up with my family in the long run, I need to have the self-discipline today to eat well, which in my case is ridiculously well, and exercise. So once again, you're putting yourself and the things that bring you happiness like on the back burner, because addressing the essentials is just taking up your entire, capital of mental and physical energy.